Hey everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here. It is Wednesday, April 15th in the evening. Just going to go over how things have transpired so far this week and what we can look forward to the last couple days here of the week. Hope everyone's keeping safe and sane out there. And you can see here tomorrow we're going to get the U.S. initial claims for unemployment. I'm sure that's going to be a pretty ugly number. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise. And of course, we got Morgan Stanley on deck for earnings before the market opens, kind of rounding up or wrapping up a lot of the big banks. We've already had Goldman, BAC, Citi, and we got BlackRock and Intuitive, Abbott Labs, Taiwan Semi. So we got some interesting earnings coming up, and we're just, as I said, just getting into the earnings season right now. So let's take a quick look here at how the day looked. You can see here we pretty much well, we ended up 1.5 to 2.2% down, depending on what index you're looking at here. But we sold off, came back up. Looked like we were gonna keep going higher, but sold off into the last hour of trading, pretty much across the board here. So let's take a look here at the indexes, see where we're going. And you can see here, we'll start out with the transports. We usually do like to always watch the transports because they do have an impact on the rest of, certainly if you follow the Dow theory, transports have to go higher for the Dow to go higher. So it's always interesting looking at this. And you can kind of see here is what I mentioned earlier, I've mentioned on some previous videos, we've kind of bounced back and maybe we're going to end up chopping in this range here, possibly grinding lower. So you can see we had a down day and it was actually on volume. RSI, we're pretty much right in the middle here. Stochastics rolling over a little bit. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Be kind of interesting. The 10-year, just dropped a lot on the yield. So bond prices going up, yields go down, bond prices go up, and maybe heading back down again here. So golfing so far. Candle. The Dow, again, we just seem to be, this is what some people are suggesting. We're going to end up getting stuck in a trading range here. So we've kind of, 24,000 has been kind of a level we've had some challenges with here and here. And now, we're kind of holding the 23,000 level. And we may be stuck in this range. You can see here our 20 moving average is starting to curl up. We'll skip over the weeklies. Here's the small caps. Small caps, they've been doing pretty well actually, and now they had not a great day. This is an indecision candle, a doji. The volume was light, and again, we're kind of stuck in the middle of this RSI range, not overbought, not oversold. MACD heading up still, but you can kind of see we're flattening out. That's the difference between these two fast and two moving averages. So we'll maybe coming together, momentum's coming out of this trade. Kind of looks like a double top here on the RSI. So we may actually be heading lower or just chopping along in this range. People have been asking me, a number of people have been asking me, where I think the market's going to go. We have this real strong rally in the middle of this bear market, and are we going to head back lower, test these lows? Seen lots of theories as to why we should test these lows, and some theories as to why we shouldn't. All this monetary stimulus that's been sort of record-breaking, zero interest rates that we've never had before. Couple where you take that as opposed to pretty much all these sell-offs, these bear market sell-offs, end up with a big bounce and then a test of the low, or at least very least a pullback. So I think we're going to get that. I think we are going to get a pullback. Where if it's going to test these lows, I have no idea. But right now, I think we can expect a little bit of, I don't see a lot of more upside here. probably the risk is to the downside. Now you can see the Qs have held up the best in this market. We had a pretty strong day yesterday, inside day today. Down on the day, but pretty light volume. We're down 1 point, or at least 1.15%. And again, but light volume here, so not a lot of selling, not a lot of strong selling, even though we were down. I think the Qs are the technology side of things is still kind of where things are going to be strong. There's technology you can use from home, right? And a lot of technology is going to be helping us, communicate and stay connected, and work remotely, and technology is coming into the house with entertainment like Netflix. So yeah, just a lot of technology still probably going to be one of the leaders here. So SPY again down on the day, and again lighter volume. So I think I see limited upside here, and possibly churning sideways, or possibly even heading, grinding lower. Dollar was a little bit stronger today, but finished down on the day. Up, but down from where it opened, is what I should say. And the VIX, we had a bit of an uptick on the VIX today. With the market selling off. But again, trend is still lower here. If we drew a line, trend is definitely lower, and unless we break this trend line, start moving higher, our moving average is all rolling over. And let's take a quick look at some stuff. Kind of keep on watch. GDX, I'm watching GDX because I took some profits on Nugget when it peaked out here yesterday, and I'm just looking for a place to get back in here. I would be looking for tomorrow. I'll be looking for a GDX to hold. We could take a look at Nugget, but the low of the day here was 29.40ish. Again, I'd be looking, if no matter how you want to play gold, and there's a number of ways to play it. This is the GLD, more reflective of the gold price. But you can see here kind of an indecision candle. These moving averages have crossed, 200 days moving up. Light volume on this sell-off day, so that's maybe an indication we are probably going to continue this trend higher. Before we go any further, let's take a quick look at Nugget here, because that's the one I've been playing. So yeah, so I did take some profits here up around 12.50. Just by luck, I kind of caught the top on that. And again, we pulled back. And let's take a quick look at this. You can see a lot of volume down in this area here. So there's been a lot of accumulation of shares down in this area. You can see lots of volume in this area, lots of transactions. And Nugget's really been lagging behind the gold price. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. You can see we had some pretty flat action here for latter part of the afternoon. Look at the 15. Actually, let's look at the 2-hour chart and see what that looks like. Again, we're still, if I drew a line there, it'd still be on an uptrend. So I think that as long as this holds, this trend line holds, we are looking to go higher. So again, I'll be looking for possible re-entry on Nugget. On watch. Let's get down to KWEB here. It's right at a moving average. This is the Chinese Internet ETF. Got a lot of the Chinese stocks. JD was up quite a bit today. I believe it got an upgrade from, I think it was Goldman, and had some pretty good price action on that today. Other than the fact that it did pull back significantly from the high of the day. Again, I'm not expecting this to explode higher. MU's just sort of churning in a range. We had a very narrow trading range today. This is kind of narrowing into a pendant, as you can see. See where it goes. Square had some nice price action on last couple days. I believe it got an upgrade from somebody, and again came off pretty much quite off of the low of the day. It was down, still down on the day, but well off the lows of the session. So again, some kind of toppy price action. USO oil, just that deal that with the Russians and Saudis that happened last week was just not. It was a big dud, obviously, and yeah, oil is back down, testing this level again here. It looked like it held today, so we'll see on volume. So we'll see if we can get a bit of a rebound. But really, the problem with oil is that it's not just a oversupply. It's just a complete and utter lack of demand right now. So here's one. I did take a trade on right at the end of the day here. Kind of like the way this is setting up. VXRT. You can see it's had some pretty interesting price action, and it's been holding this one sort of 65 level, and just started to break out here at the end of the day. So I bought some, and hopefully we'll see how that goes tomorrow. So it really started to pick up interest into the close of the day today, and like the way it's setting up here. It looks like a bit of a ascending triangle, and hopefully we'll get a breakout tomorrow on this one. Pretty decent volume into the close. Certainly, if you're going to take a swing trade overnight, this is a nice setup. And it's, you can see here, it's just the other thing I liked about it is just breaking out of these moving averages, and broke above this sort of area of consolidation here. So, and MACD, stochastics all turning up, RSI turning up, so it's looking positive for a decent swing trade. All right, everybody. Well, that's about it. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm sure the unemployment report is going to be pretty ugly, but again, a lot of these numbers are kind of already baked in or already expected by the market. So this is my book, How to Swing Trade. I've had lots of emails from people who bought the book, and got one from a couple. I believe one of our members bought my book for his wife, who just received it today. And thank you for that, and hope you enjoy the book. It's available on Amazon. And I know they're prioritizing their shipments, so you may have to wait a little bit longer to get it than say normal, but it's about it. So we'll see you in the Bear Bull trading room in the morning. We're starting our pre-market show at 8:30 as usual. Norman Carlos kicking things off, going through the pre-market activity, and then we'll be trading when the market opens. So hopefully you can join us there. And we're live on YouTube for the pre-market show if you're not a member and you just want to join us there. Have a good evening, everybody, what's left of it, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.